How's it going, everyone? David Braga back here with some more content for you guys. We got a lot to get to today, so I'm gonna just jump right into it. Allow me to boast my Cyclones apparel today, as I sport the apparel. The Big 12 is in peril. Let's jump right into it here. So first off, Big 12 is imploding. Texas and Oklahoma are out. They want out. They're going to the SEC. Why? Couldn't fucking tell you. Money. That's about it. Greed, selfishness, money. It's all lumped into one. So anyway, Brett McMurphy, source on the Big 12 call yesterday. They want to know why. Is it financial? Is it because the Big 12 is only 10 teams? Is it because Bob Bowlesby's an idiot? I don't know. But Oklahoma and Texas weren't in the call, so like the Big 12's like, "Hey, Oklahoma, Texas, what can we do to fix this?" And Oklahoma and Texas are like, "Peace. Talk to the hand. See you later. Bye." Just giving them the cold shoulder. It's like, what are you supposed to do? If you're trying to help them and they don't want your help, this is a done deal. Like, it's already a done deal. So to go off of my own point, my boys at Wide Right Natty Light had the perfect response to Oklahoma and Texas wanting to leave the Big 12. Let's take a look at it. Texas, the rich kid of Instagram that asked for a Ferrari for Christmas. Seems reasonable, asking for a Ferrari. Oh, but your parents got you a Mercedes instead. Damn, that sucks. Damn, you only got a Mercedes. So then you throw a tantrum and you burn the house down and then frame the parents. Yeah, that is 100% accurate. So I looked at the numbers, right? So financially speaking, the Big 12 gets about $37 to $40 million a team per season, like for revenue. Like they get about 370 to 400 million, 10 teams, 37.5 million, 40 million. I'll put links in the description or in the comments if you want them. Just let me know. If Texas and Oklahoma go to the SEC would jump from 44 million. Keep that in mind. So that's 4 million more than the Big 12. Would jump from 44 to 60 million. So Texas and Oklahoma, since they're in the Big 12 making 37 to 40, would jump up to 60. So they're getting about 20 million more. That's about a 50% increase, right? That doesn't mean anything if you're already at $40 million. It's like, it's this, right? I'll point this way. That way you guys are actually knowing. It's this. Right there. That's what this is. Right there. That's what this is. It's like, oh, damn, I wanted that TV. I wanted that TV for Christmas. But instead, I got one that was 6 inches smaller. Like, shit, bro. I guess my parents just hate me. Like, oh, boo-hoo. Go. God, it's just so infuriating, right? And, like, I don't know. Let's take a look at some more reactions. So here we've got Ted Mitchell, chancellor at Texas Tech. Like many across our state and within the footprint of our league, the Big 12, been extremely disappointed by the actions and intentions from our friends in Austin and Norman. Are they really our friends at this point? I don't know. I don't think they're really our friends at this point. From day one of the Big 12's existence, Texas Tech has been a proud and trustworthy partner as the landscape of collegiate athlete shifts. We promise Red Raider Nation, our leadership will be diligent to pursue all options for the best position Texas Tech for long-term success. That's a solid response, right? There's not much he can really do about it, right? So he's just going to say, hey, no matter what happens, we're going to leave Texas Tech in the best hands, which, fair play to him. But yeah, I am very disappointed in our friends in Austin and Norman. I don't know. Please knock some sense into me in the comments down below. Please tell me why I'm wrong and why I'm overreacting to this. By the way, I am not against conference realignment, by the way. I just want to throw that out there. I'm not against conference realignment. I'm against conference realignment when its only benefit to anybody is money, right? Like, I have no problem with realigning the conferences. I would have no problem if snap like that. They were like, hey, we're doing a promotion relegation thing now, so the top 16 teams go to the SEC, then the next 16, then the next 16, and then you just go back and forth between the conferences, whatever, top four. Like, I would have no problem with that. I would have no problem with splitting the United States up into, like, 4 quadrants and being like, hey, these are 4 power conferences. We're just going to roll with that. I would have no problem with any of that. I have a problem with it when the 2 teams that run a conference are just like, nah, we're done. We're out. Like, we built this whole thing up. We've, done all this stuff. And now we're just going to dip. And, like, there's no reason to dip. Oklahoma, hey, guess what, Oklahoma? You're going to be probably the 3rd best team in the SEC. So you're going to lose. You're going to lose to Bama. You're probably going to lose to Georgia. You're going to lose to LSU some years. You're going to lose to Auburn some years. You're going to lose to Texas A&M some years. You're going to lose to Mississippi State some years. You're going to be the 3rd best team, right? Texas, you are going to be the 7th best SEC team. You are going to be the TCU of the SEC. How does that... no disrespect to TCU, but, you're going to be the TCU of the SEC. You're going to be the Texas Tech of the SEC. Why? How does that make sense at all? Please tell me how this makes sense. So, of course, we got to have our memes, right? We got Reddit college football. Texas really allowed TCU and West Virginia to be the last members of the Big 12, went 7-11 against them, and now they want to leave the conference. This is funny because it's Texas, and Texas controls everything in the Big 12, or at least they did. And yeah, much like my boy Sills there. Oh, there we go. Gotta get the horns down in there. My man. Look at that. Look at that gorgeous face right there. Horns down. But yeah, that's hilarious. Also, yeah. But really, it only does make sense, right? Because in 2011, we beat Oklahoma State, and that blew up the BCS. So it only makes sense that when we beat Oklahoma and Texas, that, we blow up the Big 12. I mean, it really only makes sense. I don't know. And then some good news, right? When they leave, we'll just go back to being the Big 8, and we'll bring back the retro look, right? But seriously, I don't know what the Big 12 is going to do. The Big 12 is done as far as I'm concerned. 8 teams isn't enough to sustain the league, and I mean the only thing that could possibly keep them alive is if Texas A&M gets really pissed about Oklahoma and Texas joining, because that was the whole reason they left, and they rejoined the Big 12. If Missouri came with them for the same reason, and then we got Nebraska back from the Big 10, so that's 3 teams, and then we'd have to add a 4th, maybe a Houston or an SMU or something. I don't know. We'd have to get 4 teams probably to go back to 12 to even remotely have a chance to keep the Big 12, which at that point, Iowa State and Texas A&M are just far and away the best 2 teams. So maybe that's just the Iowa State fan in me talking. Aside from that, Iowa State's probably going to the Big 10. It'd be my guess anyway, along with either Kansas or Kansas State. Kansas basketball would be the only reason that they would go, because the Big 10 already has teams like Ohio State, Michigan, Wisconsin, Iowa, Minnesota, etc. for basketball. Whatever, those teams aren't even good. I forgot Illinois. Illinois is actually good. Indiana, right? So they've got this, So Kansas basketball worth a lot more than some Power 5 football teams, so that would be the reason they would go. Iowa State is basically sell high, or we're at our peak at this point, so you might as well get us while you can. So yeah, that's all I got for today. You can check all the Twitter stuff over here. There's so much. Just go on Twitter, search Big 12. Go on the internet, search Big 12. That's gonna do it for me. I know it was a little bit longer than a usual episode for me, but I just wanted to fucking rant for 10 minutes because I'm pissed off about this, and Oklahoma and Texas can go suck eggs. I don't know. They can just go get lost for what I care. Just remember, horns down. If you enjoyed the video, like and comment down below. click subscribe, click the bell so you get notified whenever I upload and go live. And yeah, that's going to do it for this episode. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.